Hello everyone. It feels like it's been a long time since I recorded something for YouTube. I don't think it's been that long. Maybe just like a week or so. But yeah, as the title says for this video, it's pretty plain and clear. We are going to be building a save, basically a new save I've been working on mostly on my personal time. And we're just going to chat a little bit because I feel like I have a lot to say. But I usually have a lot to say, so it's not really that surprising. Okay, so for this save right now, again, it's a save kind of in infancy, but not really, because I actually started it maybe like a few months ago, but recently I've actually like jumped into it and started doing like the tooling and setting all the lots up and stuff like that. So as you can see right now, we just have a bunch of shells. I haven't actually gone in and decorated. I haven't even done the floor plan for any of these homes. I've just been going around like tooling up the surrounding area, trying to get the vibe that I want to get. So I think for this episode, it's just going to be me continuing to like place the trees and stuff around here and go in and start floor planning the buildings. But yeah, hello everyone. I hope you're having a good day, morning, evening, wherever and whenever you're watching this video. So I don't know how to start this off. I don't know how to start this off because I feel like this is not my first time making a video like the one I'm going to make. And by that, I mean, this is a video where I talk about, I'm going to change it up. I know what I'm doing now when it comes to YouTube. And I feel like I've made a million of those videos so far. But then again, I don't know if anyone also is a YouTuber or some type of content creator, you might understand what I'm about to say. Like when you start posting your stuff online, no matter what your intention is, I feel like you're always going to get lost. And by that, I mean, you start off with one idea, and then the further you keep going into it, you feel the need to try a whole bunch of different things, or maybe you feel like you're being pulled in different directions. And that's kind of how I feel when it comes to YouTube, looking back on my journey so far, because I've been making YouTube content for a while. But I feel like finally, for like the first time in a long time, and I mean this like legit, like not just saying it, but for the first time in a long time, I feel like I know what I want to do when it comes to this channel. So that's kind of what I want to talk about, some things you can expect coming up now. I don't know how to say this. But yeah, basically there's some changes coming to the channel. So if you don't know, I originally started off YouTube just focusing on the save file diaries, because when I started, I was really in the thick of doo version 1, mostly focusing on getting that save done, finally getting it released, because I was talking about it for a long time. And yeah, I put in a lot of love and work for version 1. I'm doing that with version 2, by the way. Don't want you to think I'm just playing around. I am actively working on that, mostly doing it on Twitch. But anyway, yeah, I was putting so much effort into it, and I decided, you know what, I want to share it with people. And at first I started sharing it on Tumblr, which is cool, but if you've ever been on Tumblr, you kind of know that it's very much like Instagram, where most of the time you're just posting and you're just walking away. But I wanted a bit more interaction, I guess, with the community. Like I wanted to be able to receive real-time feedback. I think that's what I'm trying to say. Or like a bit more, I don't know. I just wanted more than what I was getting when I was posting on Tumblr. So that's how we start the save file diaries on this channel. And it's still going, but I've been trying to do other things when it comes to this channel as well. As you know, we tried the A to Z challenge, rest in peace to that. We tried the Sims Bustin' Out challenge, and I say that in the past tense because I don't know if I'm gonna keep posting that channel. I know I made such a big, challenge. I know I made such a big stink about like wanting to finish it, because I don't have that many like unfinished series on this channel. It's mostly that and A to Z challenge. But I think the issue with that one is it's a fun challenge, don't get me wrong, but I've come to the conclusion that I'm not really a challenge person. I prefer to just do my own thing, as Miles Morales would say. So yeah, I mean, Eric Newbie, he'll still live on. I'm planning on adding him to the save that I'm currently working on. But yeah, I don't think I'm going to finish that challenge. Or at least not right now. I don't know. Well, that's a lie. I'm not going to finish it. I'm not even going to put it out there that there's a chance for it coming back. Because it's not. So yeah, I'm not really a big challenge person. I do enjoy storytelling. So the series I have right now, Tales of Scuff New York, I still want to do that. Like, I'm very passionate about that. It just takes a while because I'm really trying to, do my thing when it comes to that. So I'm putting in a lot of effort. So you can still expect those type of videos on the channel. Okay, that looks good. These are some really good trees. Amazing, amazing. Also, there might be some random pauses because I am recording during the day, which I don't usually do. So my house is a bit louder than usual. So sorry about that. But yeah, like I was saying, I think when it comes to this channel, I want to go back to my roots. And by that, I mean, I think for this channel, I'm mostly just going to focus on like long plays of me working on saves. Because if you don't know, I am a bit of a save file fiend. This is probably like the 5th save that I'm working on, along with a whole bunch of others. So yeah, I think I'll start posting that, but not much though, because I think I'll still keep the Twitch. I don't know, it's a lot. Maybe I should have thought about what I was saying when it comes to this. I thought it would be easier to talk and work on a save at the same time, but I find myself losing thought or my train of thought. So let me try again. What I'm trying to say is, when it comes to this channel, we're going to return to long play format, where I'll just be recording myself every now and then, working on saves. But for the most part, I think when it comes to save building, most of that will be on Twitch, especially once we finish Doo-Doo. I plan on just mostly streaming me working on save files on Twitch. And every now and then we might get like a save file diary on YouTube too, because, I don't build on camera or on stream all the time. Like I usually, like this save, for instance, I was working on this on my own time. No recordings of this. All this was done off stream, off camera. And well, you might be wondering, okay, if you're mostly just posting stuff on Twitch, then what's going to be on YouTube besides the occasional save file diaries? And that, I think I want to focus more on storytelling when it comes to my YouTube channel. So as I mentioned before, we do have the Tales of Scuff New York, and I do plan on continuing that series. And hopefully when Scuff New York is finished, I want to expand it, because my idea for Scuff New York, in case you missed it, I want to make it like a full saga. So I have like a whole storyline in my head that I want to play out in that save. And once it's done, I want to try to implement it and record it and post it on YouTube, because I think that could be really fun. Also, did I not click on anything? I don't think I did. Okay, that's fine. So that's pretty much the plans that I have when it comes to this channel moving forward. So once again, in summary, because I don't know if that was coherent at all, YouTube will mostly be for storytelling and, for now, save file diaries. And Twitch will just be Twitch, where we just go over there and work on save files like we've been doing. Okay. I think this is a good distribution of trees. And then we have that part over there. Fun fact, by the way, I think this is my first time tooling for a more like suburban or rural type of world. Because usually when I'm doing all this like extra stuff, or if I'm playing with Winged Llamas, Empty Newcrest, and Willow Creek, I'm mostly just building like an urban style world or neighborhood. So therefore I don't really have to worry about placing trees or like these extra houses and stuff like this. So this is the first time for me. And honestly, it's not as bad as I thought it would be. Because the reason I avoided it for so long, I just didn't feel like having to go through all this, like placing the trees and the shrubbery and stuff around the neighborhood. Because with a city world, you can just place a whole bunch of city buildings and it would just look fine, because that's how cities are in real life. You know, the layout is very blocky, nothing too special, concrete jungle, all that. But for these type of worlds, you have to be a bit more strategic. So I think we're doing pretty good so far. And yeah, I'm just going to keep this like a forest area back here. Because, alright, you might be wondering, we just kind of jumped into the save and you didn't really talk about it. And that's very true, because I just wanted to get what I need to say out of the way. So if you're curious about where we're working at and like what's the story behind the save, I think I mentioned this on stream before, but I am working on this save called Topeka, Kansas, not to be confused with Topeka. You would think I'd be able to pronounce it since I'm using the name. But yeah, not to be confused with Topeka, Kansas, as in the city in the state. Also, okay, there we go. But the save is called Topeka, Kansas, and I don't know how to describe it. I guess maybe it's kind of a mix of Twins Peak, Gravity Falls. It's a very weird, wacky town with an edge to it. And it's one of those places, think of, you know, the term Somewhere USA. It's definitely one of those towns that if you blink, you're going to miss it. It's just a random dot on the map that most people don't really pay attention to. But if you actually take the time to stop, you'll find that it's more than meets the eye when it comes to this town. So, yeah, that's kind of the story so far behind the save. There's a lot more to it, but I don't know. For some reason, I feel like I can't talk right now. I'm still tripping over my words and stuff. I think it's because it's been a while since I recorded a long play. Long plays are very different than streaming, because you don't actually have people to talk to. I'm just talking to myself. Versus streaming, I have someone to bounce off of. But I thought this would be better as a long play video rather than a stream. Okay, let's take a look. Yeah, that looks good so far. I probably need to add more trees back there. And I keep debating Because as you can see, we have like this mountain range in the back over here. And I want to also place another one of these, but I don't know if I want to do it. Okay, wait, let me get a good camera angle so you can see. I'm thinking maybe we can place it over here so there's like a little dip, and then you have the mountain like going over it this way. So yeah, it'll just continue probably right around here. Or if not that, maybe on this side of the map. So same idea, there'd be a little dip, and then we have the mountain, and it'll just continue onto this side. I don't know. It might make sense over here because we do have this body of water. And then back here, we can just cover this up with trees and place another one of these tree backdrops to fill it in a bit more. I don't know, something to think about. So hopefully you have an answer to that, because I don't at the moment. It's such a cute sign. All right. I think I want to add some fencing along the sidewalk. Because I don't know. I just want a bit of separation, especially because I don't like how the bottom of this deco home looks. Speaking of deco homes, I really want to try to make my own. Because these are okay, but I prefer if the homes over here kind of resemble the homes that we have placed over here. So I actually might try to do that. Hopefully it's not too hard, but yeah, I might give it a shot. Cool puppies for CC. Or maybe there's someone already out there doing that. Probably. I just have to actually look. Yeah, I want some type of fencing against the side of the road. Ooh, guardrails. Maybe that can go back here along the railroad. Also, I know how weird this looks because we don't actually have the front part of the train, the locomotive, right? Is that what it's called? Which is kind of surprising. Okay, let's try this one first. Because this is what I had in mind originally. Something like that over there. Wait a minute, but I just said... I was just talking about how I wanted to cover up the bottom part. So I don't know. Let me just place both of them. I don't know. I actually really like the look of the chain link fence. This wooden fence, well, it doesn't even really cover it up. Okay, yeah, I'll just go with the chain link fence. Chain link fence. I should have did this on the other lot across the street so I could get a little closer. I might have to hop over there so I can make sure the fences line up. I think it is though. Oh. Okay. There we go. And then one more. Yeah, I like that. I like that. Or do I like that? We do the fence here. What do we put in this backspace? Because I'm guessing this is like their backyard. Even though it has this little walkway, that's a bit awkward. Honestly, will I even be looking over there that much? Probably not. So let me not think about it too much. Okay. That's fine for now. Like I said, I'll hop over here in a minute and try to fix this. Now the question is, I think for this side, we'll just go for the wooden fence. Because this fence is like owned by this house. I feel like they actually placed that there. Meanwhile, this fence is maybe something they petitioned the town to place because they're like, hey, you know, our house is right beside. Well, no, I don't know if the town placed that. It's not a good argument. I was about to say they're like, hey, our house is right beside, you know, this busy road, the sidewalk, and we feel like it's an invasion of privacy. I don't think this town would care because honestly, the mayor of this town, I don't know if you guys have ever watched Abbott Elementary. They're kind of like Ava. But also Ava kind of cares about people. Maybe a better comparison is like a mix of Ava and the vice president from the Veep. If you've ever seen the Veep, I feel like that's an accurate comparison of who this mayor is. So they hear that complaint and they're like, I'm sorry, that's not really my problem. It's not really my problem. If it bothers you so much, just get some privacy curtains or get some noise canceling headphones. Okay. I think that looks nice. Have some little trees and stuff over there. And maybe place some along this way too. Just to help build the space a little bit more. Also, while I'm doing that, I feel like there's a few things I should probably go ahead and address. Because, I don't know, I just have a feeling people might ask. If you're noticing these little light poles, these are CC. It's some Life is Strange light poles that was created by someone. If you're interested, I can leave a link if you ask. Or you can just check out my CC Finds page, because I did save it to that. But yeah, I feel like that's probably going to be a question that I get. Maybe my reshade. This is my Topeka reshade that I made specifically for the save file. Because I wanted something, I don't know, that feels a bit 80s television. Because again, some of the inspo I got was from Twin Peaks. And if you haven't watched that show, you definitely should. So I wanted to go ahead and address that. This is my own reshade that I actually made myself. I don't know if I did a good job. I don't know if I did a good job. That's what I'm trying to say. Because I use reshade so much, sometimes I can't tell if I'm actually doing anything when I actually take the time and try to create my own. But yep, this was made by me. Alright, and then back there, you can put that big tree from, which pack is that? I think Vampire Pack. And I don't know if I'm using the right trees. I'm not really a tree person, so I don't know. Like, and honestly, I don't know where this place is, like what inspo I'm drawing from. I'm just kind of all over the place. A bit of like Nova Scotia area, because honestly I was inspired to build the save by a song. I don't know if you guys have ever heard of Pine Point by Pup. It's a really good song. Very sad song. But that kind of gave me the inspiration. So yeah, been in Nova Scotia, Pine Point, that area specifically. Honestly, my hometown too. Drawing a lot of inspiration from there. And then some Midwestern towns as well. Yeah, this tree is what I was looking for. So maybe these are the right trees, maybe they're not, but we don't have to think about it too much. We don't have to think about it too much. That's sometimes our problem. I mean, if you really want to go for accuracy, go for it. But me, maybe that's why I could never be a true save file builder, because I kind of just do what I want sometimes. Okay, that's fine. Have that tree back there. Shout out to Floorwall Sims for these backdrops, by the way, if you're curious where I got them from. They're a must if you're trying to build a save using Blowtorch, Empty, Newcrest, whatever it is. But yeah, this is what I was talking about earlier. I don't know if I want to put the mountain like over here. It's kind of hard to see. Oh. Yeah, like over here in this area. Let's see if we can get a better look. Trying to move closer. I'm so bad with keyboards. Okay. But yeah, honestly, this looks pretty nice over here. Okay, and then the other option, as I mentioned before, we place it over here. Let's see how it looks from this angle. Okay. This way, for some reason, I don't know why, it kind of makes sense to place the mountain on this side. Because how the road stretches out that way, it makes sense. Versus over here, the road turns. So if we have the mountain right there, the scale of it doesn't really make sense. But it makes sense over here, if you get what I mean. Like you still have a ways... Oh, wait. This way. You still have a ways to go before you get close to the mountain range. So I think I might place it for here for now. Again, please let me know what you think. But for now, yeah, we're going to place it over here. Okay. And then let's lower it a bit. Or actually, should we scale it down some? We'll see. Oops, I did not mean to press R. Okay. Sorry to flashbang you. But maybe we lower it down to 3. Or even lower than that. And maybe one more. Yeah. I'll hear your thoughts, but honestly, this might be the position. I like that. It looks so good. Amazing. And I'm gonna go ahead and place a few more trees, but then we'll move on because I didn't plan on this video being just me placing trees. Honestly, I find that entertaining. And I've been thinking about this a lot lately. When I first started off posting videos on YouTube, I feel like a lot more people were building saves, like doing this method, you know, bulldozing everything and then using tool. But nowadays, there's not really many videos of people doing that. And I miss that because I love watching videos like that. If you happen to make videos where you're making a save file from scratch, like booty naked from the bottom to the top, tell me about it because I want to watch more videos like that. And that's kind of the part why, or kind of the reason why I decided to make the changes I will be making to this channel. Because I like to make videos that I would watch. And some of the videos I've been posting in the past, it's like, it's cool and all, but I wouldn't go back and watch it, you know? Versus some of my earlier stuff. I'm not afraid to admit it. I did go back and watch those. I went back and watched my older streams or my older save file diaries. Okay. But yeah, we're missing that content. The trend has died down, which is sad because I'm still very much for that trend. I want to see it return. So if you're thinking about making a save, do it and record yourself doing it and let me know because I want to watch it. I'll be your #1 fan or your #1 rock star. All right, that's enough for now. And then we can go ahead and maybe place the other backdrop. And then after that, let's start getting into the floor planning for some of these homes. Because I want to go ahead and start working on that. Because I don't know if I'm going to fully record me building the save, because I already have plans to build another save that I want to actually record and stream. So this one, it might just be me dropping in every now and then. I don't know. Again, let me know what you guys think, because I'm all about feedback. But if I do decide to record it, I think my process is going to be, I kind of want to get everything set up first. So the builds, the tooling, and then we focus on the furnishing and the cast. That comes later. I think that's going to be my process when it comes to the save. Okay, that looks fine back there. Maybe scale it up a little bit more. Oh, okay, other way. And can we move it back just... Ooh, not that way. That looks good, right? And bring it down just a little bit. Okay. Yeah. It's looking good. It's looking good. How about in the daytime? And dusk. And then nighttime. Yeah, these are the vibes right here. These are the vibes. We still have a lot to do when it comes to tooling, but like I said, we'll move on for now. Have more trees to place. I want to place more like sheds and road signs and things like that around here, and some more bushes and stuff as well. But that can be for another time. Now it's time to floor plan. So when it comes to this save, like many of my other saves, I always like to have some type of main character. Because I don't know, I feel like it just makes sense to have a main character, especially the way I build saves, because as you guys know, I love doing like a lot of lore and going over the top when it comes to Sims and their stories. So I'm thinking the main character, what I'm thinking right now, honestly, okay, the save is kind of personal. And by that I mean, like I said before, I am drawing a bit of inspiration from my own hometown. And some of the stories kind of relate to what I experienced growing up there. And like the people I know, some of the Sims are going to be inspired by them. So I'm thinking the main character for this home, there's somebody that returned after a long time. Oh, okay, wait, I'll finish that thought later. I have to mute for a bit. Alright, I think I might be good for now. What was I saying before? I think I was talking about the story. Yeah, the main character that lives here. There's someone that's been away from their hometown or away from Topeka, Kansas for like a really long time. Why? I don't want to get too much into that right now because I feel like that's for a different video. But yeah, they returned home and this is their childhood home. So their room, when we get to decorating it and stuff, it's just going to be like it was frozen in time because the reason why they left, they were just like, you know, it was one of those reasons where they just immediately had to get out. They weren't packing anything. They weren't taking the time to give things away. They're like, yeah, I'm out of here pronto. So that's the story behind this house so far. And I think I want to go with a layout like this. I want the homes to feel very closed off. We're not really going to have any open floor plans because these are older homes. They're very, I don't know, maybe nowadays they're kind of cheap. Back then, when they were first built, they were on the cheap side too, but I don't know. You know, these are the type of homes that people don't really gravitate towards in this day and age. Right, this is not a bad layout. We don't really have enough room for closets though, so I might extend the home just a little bit. I feel like there's some CC out there where there's a one towel closet. I have to look for that because that would be very useful right now. But for the time being, I guess we'll just stick to the 2 towel closets. I'm trying to see how I want to set that up though. Okay, closet here. Or honestly, I could do the closet like this. But we'll barely have any room in here. I want the bedroom to be a decent size. Okay. We might have to make it wider, which we can. We still have a pretty decent sized backyard. So that'll help us out a bit. Okay, and this is going to be the half bath for the master bedroom. Low-key, I'm kind of basing this off of the home I live in. I'm basing stuff in my house. Just a little bit. It's not exactly the same, but the floor plan is kind of close. Okay. You can put a decent sized closet in here, but yeah, now that we fixed that, there's a decent amount of room, and there's a train in the background. Great. That's why I put that train over here, by the way. Because literally, well, it's not that close to my house, but maybe like 3 blocks, there's the train tracks. So I was like, we definitely have to put a train right behind this house. I'm so sorry for the family that lives here, but you have to suffer like I have to suffer. Right, and the closet, still don't know what I want to do with the closet. Maybe we don't have a closet in this room. Because I think when it comes to this family, it's just going to be our MC, her mom maybe, or maybe she's, I don't know. I don't know who she stays with or who owns this house. Maybe it's her mom. Maybe she has both parents in the household. Maybe it's her grandparents. I don't know who raised her, but that's going to be their room. This is the MC's room. And I don't feel like there would be anyone else here. Or maybe there used to be. But if there used to be, we can just make this like a room that they shared. Because Same. Most of my childhood was spent sharing a room. Actually, most of my life was spent sharing a room. And then this can be... Okay, we'll just put a closet in here for now. But I think this would be like the computer room or something. But then again, if we make this the computer room, that kind of sucks because it's like, why do we have to share a room if there's a spare room over here? So maybe there was 3 people. There are 3 people, like 3 children, and then we have the guardians in this room. Okay, I just got some ideas, but again, nope, I'm not talking about it right now. Okay, maybe I will. So what I was thinking, like I said, there's 3 kids that grew up in this household, and the older kid, they had this room, and the 2 younger kids, they shared a room. But kind of going into what I was thinking about for the MC, one potential route, story-wise, is maybe their older sibling had like a tragic ending, or they were in some type of accident, or something happened to them, and so this room became vacant. And I don't know, depending on who the guardian is, maybe they allowed the other kid to move into this room, or I guess since the MC left, the kid just took over this room, and when they come back, you know, this room is all cleared out now so they can move in here. There's a lot of ways we can go. And maybe the route will be clearer once we actually get into CAS and start making the sim. But for now, let's get back to doing the floor plan. I'm liking how it's looking so far. For the kitchen, since this is an old house, we definitely have to go for some funky towel. Definitely have to. Like something that you would really want to rip up. Like it's just that hideous. I don't know if I have anything that bad, because honestly, I just love funky towel. I love a good funky towel. I don't find them ugly. So I guess maybe not the pattern, but more so we need to go for like a really hideous, aggressive color. We might end up using one of the base game ones. Ooh, or actually maybe this. I don't know why. Pink towel, it never works. Green towel I could do. Like this pink, I would need that out of the way immediately. That can be kind of fun. Again, we gotta go for something very aggressive. This is a home that hasn't really been touched since it was built. Things are pretty much the same. This isn't a bad wallpaper. Ooh. This reminds me of something that... I mean, I was too young to remember really, but it's like one of those random details, you know, that is just stuck in your memory. It's not clear in my head, but I remember our home, my grandparents' home, having this kind of wallpaper. But now it's just paint on the walls. I took the wallpaper down. So maybe something like this? Pretty nostalgic. Ooh, or what about this one? There's so many good choices. This one also looks hideous in a good way. Okay, we might go with this one. Okay. I wouldn't mind if we go for the wood paneling inside in just the living room, and then for the rest of the home, maybe we just keep it wallpaper. We don't have to, but something about having the wood in there is very appealing. Maybe we'll keep it wallpaper for now. And maybe we'll do it in a different home. I have to think about that a bit more. In the meantime, let's place some of these windows. Base game windows, by the way. Very nice. Very nice. Dang it, that kind of clips. Okay, we might have to move it up. I do like the idea of this little diagonal though, and placing the fireplace against it. Or I wonder how it would look if we size it down. Because we could do it this way. We still have a decent amount of room. Like we could fit a couch, a little chair over here. Okay, yeah, we might keep this. The 2 tile diagonal. I like that. I like that a lot. And then let's just place some furniture and see. Yep. Just enough room. Oops, I didn't mean to swing it that way. Yeah, that's perfect. That's perfect. Okay, so this would be the living room, and this is the kitchen / dining room space. Bathroom, bedroom, bedroom, bedroom. Again, for this home, I'm literally just copying the way my kitchen looks. Sometimes that's the easiest way to go about it, you know? So if you were ever curious, still tongue-tied. If you're ever curious how my home looks like, this is a little insight. It's not a 1-to-1, but pretty close. Put a little half wall back here. And for that, we might go for the wood paneling. Hopefully I got this side too. Okay, I did. Nice, 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 nice. And then, can I put a spandrel? Because I want to do a nice wooden spandrel up here. Wait, actually, I should have did the wall first. Okay, hold up, hold up. Let's backtrack for a moment. Because we're going to put some cabinets and a range over here. So I need to do that before I add the spandrel. Those these cabinets? Yeah. Maybe these. Yep. Perfect, perfect. And add our little range, and then we can add the spandrel and all that stuff. Next, what I'm thinking of, again, this is going to be the dining space. And over here in this corner, we can just do the laundry. So they'll be able to tuck their machine and stuff over here. But now moving on to the bathroom. We can just go for these cabinets. I really like these cabinets. I just wish there's a different top, because this is granite, I assume, and then we have a wooden top, but I want one of those like linoleum tops. I think that's the one I'm thinking of. That looks kind of plastic and fake. Wish we had that. We could just go with these. I wish they would have gave us the newer swatches for this one. Kind of a cramped bathroom, but I don't mind it. I, in fact, like it. I like it a lot. Let's go with this one. I like the pink shade on this one more. There we go. Very nice, very nice. And the only thing left to do now is just this little half bath. Place some stairs out here. Landscaping, maybe. I don't know. We'll see by the time I get to that. Alright, the house is a little quieter now, so maybe I can actually leave my mic on for a little longer. But to be fair, I don't really have too much to say at this very moment. I'm not working on anything too crazy. Let's change out these stairs. And our driveway. I might change the tile for the driveway. Let's go for a road one. Something like that. And then as far as the walkway to the driveway, I don't know if I want to have one. Because as always, I do use inspo pics for most of the builds I do. And the inspo pic for this build, they had like a nice little walkway to the driveway. But I don't know. Maybe we go for brick. Or we do something like this. Oh, wait. What about if we do that? I don't like how it's touching this one though. Maybe if we move it over. Okay, that's actually better. I do like that. Oops. Let me move the mirror. Okay, earlier, like I said, I didn't know if I want to do the landscaping. Maybe we will, because I think this home will set the tone for all the other homes in this neighborhood. And where do we place this sign at? Maybe over there? Are there even kids over here? Maybe. But yeah, let's go ahead and start on the landscaping. I want to keep it pretty grassy. There's not going to be many flowers. We're not going to go too crazy with the landscaping, because I feel like these homes over here, they just wouldn't have all that. Which that might be kind of difficult, because usually when it comes to landscaping, I feel like I tend to make it very lush. So this might be a bit of a challenge. Trash cans. I feel like trash cans are still functional even if you place them off lot like this. I can't remember though. If not, I'll just place one like over here just in case. But I like the look of the trash cans being against the road, like trash days around the corner. As far as this wood, I like it, but I don't think they would need that at their house. So we'll put that somewhere else. Also, my neck is kind of hurting. I think I slept on it the wrong way. Okay, but yeah. Let's see, what kind of landscaping do we want to try to do? There's some ivy. Let me peek across the street, my neighbor's yard, and see how they have it set up. Yeah, not many bushes. That's pretty much it. Just a few bushes. And some patches. Like bald patches sprinkled throughout. Which I think fits this home because they're not really into lawn care like that. Matter of fact, I feel like 9 times out of 10, their grass is pretty overgrown. So with that being said, maybe we go the grass method. That one doesn't look bad. We could go for this, but that seems a little too much. Even if we scale it. Or, actually, that's not bad. Scaled down. And then we have these from high school years. Such a good addition to the game. Okay, maybe a combination of that one and one of these. Go ahead and place some of these out here too. And then we also have this. That's too green. I like how dead these look. But I also like how green these are. I'm just dragging a lot of stuff out. Because I don't know yet. Ooh. Wait a minute. The color on this is pretty good. But they might like look weird outside of fall. Because right now the save is set in fall. Do I care though? Yeah, we have to make a very careful decision because the type of grass we choose to use here, we're going to have to use on the other lots. Because I want them to kind of be uniform. So let's just try it out first before we make a decision. So move all these over here. Actually, let's try these out first. This combination. I don't know. I don't know if this is the right look. I like the texture on the grass, but I don't know. It's just not working for me. Next up. Okay, already, I think these might be a strong contender because we can do a lot of like puzzle piecing when it comes to these. So it covers the yard in a way that makes sense. Like, you see what I mean? Versus the other ones, there's only so many spots we can place it without it looking kind of weird. So maybe something like this. And then what if we bring, no, that green does not go with that at all. Yeah, it would just have to be these. Something like that, maybe. I don't know. I don't know. I'll keep going though. Something will start to make sense. Okay. For that one, it might be the same situation where if we place this grass, we just have to stick to like against the house and maybe a few random spots. We can't try to cover the whole lawn because that looks weird. But for this type of grass, I think we could possibly get away with doing that. It's just I really don't like how this looks. Like, I don't know what it looks like, but I don't like it. This was a bad decision. I shouldn't have landscape. I should have just moved on to a different home. Because I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know what I want to go for. Okay, does that look bad? Also, I'm currently listening to my playlist for the save, and the Twin Peaks theme song's playing right now, which, first of all, that's such a beautiful soundtrack, and secondly, the song fits so well with the vibe of the save. Hopefully the music that's playing right now matches. I haven't decided what music I'm gonna have go with this. Hopefully something that doesn't get my channel stricken from the platform. Okay, this doesn't look too bad. It doesn't look too bad. It looks even better in the dusk. Yeah, that's not too bad. It's just an afternoon. The green is, I don't know, I'm not really a fan of the shade or the other one. I really wish we could make this work. But I think we're gonna go with this one. Or what if we do like a little combination? That kind of works. We'll sleep on that a little bit. Okay, I did scale that down some, I thought so. Okay, I'm just gonna let that sit there. I still don't know how I feel about the grass, but I'm gonna just let it sit, let it marinate, and maybe it won't look as bad in like the next 15 or 20 minutes. But right now we're just gonna stick with that. As far as the rest of the yard goes, do I want to add another tree? I don't think so. If anything, I might add a bush over here. Like we'll add that over in the corner. That looks kind of nice. Yeah, we'll stick with that one. And maybe a little terrain paint. And I think we should be fine. I want to spray something like that. Or maybe just dirt. Yeah. Make things a bit more interesting. We just add a little bit of terrain paint around your landscaping. Shout out to Simlicy for teaching me that. I did graduate from the school of Simlicy when it comes to Sims for building. Okay, around the brick, I think maybe we go for like a darker. Oh, that's how light it is. Okay. That's still kind of light too. All right, that's fine. Actually, for this, we might just do terrain paint. Like some nice gravel. I think that's the move. Okay, now we'll stick with the one we have. And we'll just go over it with the dirt so it looks so clean. Very nice, very nice. Also, let's save because I feel like we haven't done that in a while. But I hope you guys are enjoying this video. Just me working on a save. Like I said, this is the type of content personally I prefer and that I would want to see. So that is what I'm going to be doing from now on. I change up the trim for this roof. It's a little too pristine. How about this one? I don't know why. I do like this one. Better than this one. Maybe. We'll try it out. Oops. Alright. Yeah. I like this. It did grow on me. Let's make this light like a horrible yellow. Also, I need to go in. I think I forgot to download something when it came to my UI replacement. I need to fix that. I will one day. Yeah, that nice ugly yellow. And what would the name of the street be? Maybe we keep it Springscape. It's not too bad. Or Robin. 201 Robin Lane. Robin Lane. 201 Robin Lane. Yeah. Yeah. Let's get us a little car real quick. I have some cars, some CC cars. I wish they were under the transportation category. I know there's a way for me to fix that, I think, but yeah, it would be nice if it was already done that way. I guess because it was created before that was a category, maybe. Also, should we put a bus over here? That could be nice. Having like a bus coming down the road. How does this work, by the way? Is this like a one direction type of situation? Like these cars are all coming down and these cars are all going up. Now that I think about it, I feel like that is how it works. Because that wouldn't make sense for this to be a two-way traffic situation. Because if you have to turn, sure. But then this other car, or maybe we can't turn. I don't know. I'm just now thinking about that. Because then if that's the case, I have to go down here and adjust these little guardrails, or whatever you call it, the gates for the railroad track. Van. That'll be nice to have some cars lining the street. Oh yeah, we have this water tower. I might use this one instead of that one. Let's see. Do I like that? So let me change the lighting so you can actually see. I like how big the other one was. But this one, I think you can actually like pose your Sims and stuff up here. So that would be nice. Okay, maybe I'll keep that one for now. Trying to find the other cars that I have. Maybe I missed them. How's the police car? Also, I have to remember we do have these deco buildings. I think these are like Sims 3. Yeah. Sims 3 ones converted to Sims 4. Okay. Maybe I didn't. I thought I had a sedan. Because I think these are by a Winged Llama. And I thought I downloaded a sedan one. I might have to go back and get that. Maybe a van? For now. Interesting. What if I search sedan? No. Okay, no. Now that I'm thinking about it, I for sure had a sedan. Maybe it's this one I'm thinking about. Okay, maybe we go with this one. We do both. Something like this. Maybe. I also place this car down there because I like the idea of there being a decent amount of cars on the street. And maybe we do like a little basketball goal outside of one of these houses. Okay. And then I know there's some really cool leaf CC that I think it would be nice if we could sprinkle that around the street. But for now, I think this is pretty good for this area. Oops, my glasses hit the microphone. My bad. Let's see. Maybe we can go ahead and add some stop signs. So we could add one of these too. Because, well, I'm not going to call it a church. I like to call religious buildings in this game a plumb bob. Because, you know, religion is already iffy. Don't want to touch that. So, but the plumb bob is pretty big in this town. And the pastor of, honestly, I think it's like the only church in this, or only plumb bob in the save. So they have a lot of signs like this sprinkled around. Maybe we'll add one over here. I want to try to make my own sign though. That says welcome to Topeka, Kansas. That one's kind of funny. A lot of options. Question now is where would we put it? I feel like maybe over here? Or no, it'd have to be facing that way. Because this is, the traffic is going this way. Alright, that's fine. We can place it down there. Like over here. This is the fun part about building a save. There's so many little things that you have to think about, and I like doing that. Like, where do I place the sign? Who cares? But I care. Those little details really add to the save, and they're so fun to mull over. We could place a sign down here. Let's try it out. Which one was it? I think it was this one. So we can place it over in that area. I just wish the sidewalk wasn't in the way. But yeah, I like how that looks in the distance. Or we could do two. Again, things to think about, things to think about. But where were we? We're trying to look for a stop sign. I probably passed it. We have a bus sign. Functional bus sign by Ravasheen. Guess we can put this somewhere. Have a little bus stop. Maybe like over here. the heck is that bus sign? Or not bus sign, stop sign. I think there's one for sure in Growing Together. And maybe one in high school years. So let me check there first before I start just scrolling through everything. Yep, stop sign. This would just be a placeholder though. Because I think I want to try to find some CC ones. Okay, and what next? What next? We have to figure out what to do here. Maybe, honestly, we could just keep this empty. I don't really mind that. Maybe a little bus station or like some type of bench over there. I know there's a nice bus station or bus stop that comes with, what is it? Business and hobbies, but I think that one might be a bit too fancy. We can take a look though. Before we commit. Ooh, wait a minute. I didn't know I have access to this one. Do I want an actual bench though? Or do I want to use this one? I don't know if the Sims can actually sit up here though. I'll have to play test that. I feel like they can't. Alright, but where is the bus stop? Maybe I passed it already. Or am I in the wrong category? What if I try to search for it? No, that's just a sign. It's not in debug, is it? It has to be in live edit objects. There's a bus sign. Bus sign. Or bus stop. I don't know why I keep forgetting what the word is. Because I remember being so happy when I saw it. And I think I even placed it in Scuff, New York already. Oh, here it is. Yeah, it's too fancy. All that just to confirm what I was already thinking. Too fancy for this place. But yeah, we have our little bus stop over there. And we can probably put some lights along this way. I don't think I'll put any bushes or anything. It's not really necessary. Or maybe some trees. Okay, I might do that later. But for now, I don't know. I feel like we made good progress. I'm liking how everything is looking. I can't wait until we tackle the rest of the street. And I think I'm going to do that right when I end this recording. Because I'm having so much fun. Yeah. It's looking really good. All right. But I think I'm going to go ahead and end the recording here because we're almost at 2 hours and that's kind of my limit when it comes to the program that I'm using to record this video. So yeah, let me know what you guys think. As I said before, we'll probably just be returning to long format content when it comes to this channel. When will I be posting stuff? Honestly, just whenever. If you want more consistency, you can check me out on Twitch. I do a lot of streaming there, and it's mostly just save file related. But we have been playing a little bit of variety, specifically Poppy Playtime. Very scary stuff, but you know, it is spooky season, so whatever. But that is all from me. So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you know that I do appreciate everyone that clicks on this video. I appreciate you tuning into my channel, enjoying the content, whatever it may be, even if you're just stopping by. I appreciate you. I hope you guys are having a good day, evening, morning, whatever you're watching this video. And hopefully I see you in the next one. But if not, bye-bye anyway. Thanks for watching.